Hello everyone, you're welcome to another tutorial. Today we'll be learning how to make this dress on the thumbnail. Now I have my fabric folded into two. Let's cut the front before we cut the back. Now this is a sample of how the dress is going to look like. I just did that on a paper so that we can know what we are doing, and after that I also went ahead to just sew it on this small dress because I just want to get it before I start drafting. So guys, that is my starting line. We're going to start drafting now. After that, I'm going to put the sleeve length. Then from there I'm going to put the shoulder measurement of 16 inches divided by 2. We have 8 inches. After that, I'm using 4 inches for the neck width and 4 inches also for the neck depth. Then I'm just connecting the lines together. We are going to be putting in the bust length. From the bust length, I went down to the waist length. The waist length, I also mark the hip length. Then I use the remaining material for the full length. I think it's 62 inches because I'll be using 2 inches for folding. Then I went ahead to put in the bust measurement divided by 4. Then I added 1 inch for ease allowance. I'm going to put the round waist divided by 4 plus 1 inch also for ease. Then the hip, I'm also putting the hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch as well. So whatever I have on the hip is what I'm going to take down. But for the full length, I am not adding that 1 inch for ease because it's going to have a slit at the back, even though it's a free dress, like kind of a free dress a little. After that, guys, now on this breast point is where we'll be connecting the sleeve from, and the sleeve is going to get to the hip measurement. So just watch what I do. So you're going to slant your ruler that way and you rule the line. Then from there we'll be putting the sleeve measurement. So you measure your sleeve from your round neck for the back of your neck to get the length. That's how to measure a bubu. Then you're going to connect it that way to the first slant you did. And because we don't need any sharp curve, you're just going to curve it the way I am curving, like that. Curve it that way so that when you are sewing, it will be easy for you to sew. Guys, we are done with the front, and I'm adding 1 inch from the waistline to the hip and to the full length. That's for sewing allowance. So you connect it that way. For the back neck depth, I'm going to use 1.5 inches. That is me just connecting it. So I'm cutting the back neck depth first, then later I will cut the front neck depth. So that is me cutting off the shoulder, and from the shoulder I'm just cutting off all my points, all my lines. After that, this is what we have. Now I place the front on the back, and I'm using 1.5 inches for the zip allowance for the back. Now I'm cutting off the back neck and also cutting the shoulder. So just watch what I do, guys. Now I've cut out the front neckline, and I'm also cutting the back for us to get exact shape. Guys, after that, guys, from the waist measurement, just for me to avoid any zip bulge, I'm going to be minusing 1/2 inch from the 1.5. Then I'm connecting it to the top like that, and from that part you connect it to the hip measurement, to the hip line. Then I am cutting off that ½ inch. I'm just using my chalk to just mark out the zip allowance so that I can sew it. Then from the shoulder point there, I went down by 1½ for shoulder slant for the slope. Then I'm going to be cutting it off. So guys, we're done drafting front and back. At this junction guys, if you haven't liked this video, kindly like my video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video. Now this is the lace we are going to be adding. I got the lace. It's 2 yards of lace. 2 yards of lace will be enough for you. For us to get the box effect for the lace, from the waistline I went down by 4 inches, but before that let's get the shoulder measurement. So the shoulder is 8 inches, that's 16 divided by 2. I indicate it. Then from the shoulder measurement I measured 4 inches. That is where our lace is going to stop, because we are going to connect it to that. So from the waistline I went down by 4 inches and I connect it that way. Now my client doesn't want to have a very boxy effect. So if you want yours from the 4 inches, you can do 5 inches. Then you connect it in a curvy way that it should show properly. So guys, after that we're going to be cutting off the lace, that shape. So I'm folding my lace into 2. I place it on it. Let it have your center folding that way. Then just use a color chalk to mark your line so that when you are cutting off the lace you can see it. I used white, that is why I am also remarking the line, but use a color chalk and you would see it. After this guys, I'm also marking the neck depth. So I cut off the neck and I cut off the excess fabric on the shoulder. After cutting, this is what we have. Can you see it? Now I'll open up the dress and we'll be sewing it. So you're going to place your fabric, your lace on it. Now it's going to be from the wrong side of the fabric, outside out. So before we sew guys, we're also going to cut the back. So place the same shape on your lace, and you also cut, indicating the zip allowance. Then I'm slitting the zip allowance that way guys. After that, for the sleeve, there's going to be an extension on the sleeve. So I cut off 4 yards, I cut 4 inches of this. The length of the sleeve is what I cut. Then I cut 4 inches. We are going to join it to the sleeve. Then from that I also cut the lace. Now the lace is on fold. The fabric is not on fold, but the lace is on fold because we'll be putting it inside the lace. So you put it inside that way and you close it, then before joining it to the sleeve. Now for it to be easy for you, you're going to use hemming gum to just hold them down. Then you iron both the upper part and the down part. So you do that for the 4 sleeve because there are 4 sleeve altogether. So you cut 4 pieces of both the lace and the fabric. I also cut 4 inches of lace. You cut as many as possible if your lace is not long enough, so you can join it. That will serve as the ruffles on the dress. So after joining it, you're going to fold the edge so you can have a neat edge. Now I'm going to be sewing the sleeve and the ruffles. After gumming, this is what we have. So we'll be attaching it to our dress. Now this is the ruffle as well. Ruffles, you can see how long it is. So cut as long as, so it can be enough for you because you have to pleat. Now guys, I'm taking the facing for the front. So we're going to be sewing the neckline. So the back of the fabric and the right side of the lace, so that when you sew and you turn it, the right of the lace will be showing outside. So you're going to sew with 1/2 inch, then you do the same thing for the back piece as well. Now this back, when I was cutting the lace, I cut the front and the back the same thing. So I'm just going to be cutting off the actual fabric, yeah, the neckline, so I can have accurate neckline, guys. So we're going to be sewing now, guys. After sewing, this is what it is. I top stitch on the material, not the lace, because the lace is coming outside as a facing, so you're going to top stitch on the actual fabric. And I've also done the same thing for the back. You can use you can run a stitch all around just to secure your net, your lace on your fabric, or you use your gum, hemi gum, to gum it. The next thing we'll be doing is to join the band to the hand, to the sleeve. So you're going to join it for the 4 pieces. After joining, guys, this is what we have. This is how it is looking like. Yep, we are almost coming to the end of this tutorial. The next thing is to join the back and the front together, shoulder to shoulder. So you're going to place them right side to right side on each other, and you'll be joining it, guys. After joining the shoulder, this is it. So we'll be joining the side seam as well. So you join with the 1 inch allowance you added. For the sleeve, you're going to slant it at the end point, then you're going to start joining it. Now I joined the back because when I iron, I want to have the crease line for my zip, and I lose the back also. You have to lose it open so that it can be easy for you to attach your ruffles to it. Now your ruffles is going to start from the zip side. You're going to start sewing it, start plaiting it all round, then it's going to end on the second zip. So let's do that. So when I do that, I'm going to now join the zip and also open a slit at the back. So soulmate, this is how the dress is looking like on the dress form. It's very fine, very neat. Thank you guys for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.